Hi, in this video, I want to talk about a topic that is pretty interesting, and so it is the concept of eternal oblivion. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about this, but what happens is, in many cases, it hasn't been properly thought out, I feel. Now, I haven't really thought about it that much either, but I think it's an interesting concept, so maybe, I just felt like talking about it. This is just a few of my thoughts on this idea or this concept. So there is life, and then let's think of it as life. There is before life, and then there is afterlife. So what eternal oblivion says is that before and after life, it's the same thing, and it is this nothingness, and it's this eternal oblivion of zero consciousness and zero experience and zero qualia, and basically it's just nothingness. But I feel the concept of nothingness in itself, it's kind of a tricky concept, and just thinking of it in terms of nothingness, it doesn't define it properly, because it's not a defined concept. So when there are people who say that with certainty that, oh, after life there is just nothingness, there is the eternal oblivion, saying that that's exactly what there was before birth, now that is poorly thought out, because first of all, there is no way to know what was before birth if it was the exact same thing. And apart from this, another reason that people give you for this theory is that it makes the most sense, which I feel it doesn't, because first of all, us as human beings, as conscious entities, we have never experienced nothingness. So it doesn't make, so the concept of nothingness, it doesn't really make any more sense or have much, or have more, let's say, have more of a base behind it. So in that case, it just doesn't make that much sense, because if this idea of eternal oblivion, it hasn't been experienced by us, then there is no reason to think that that is what was present before life or before our birth. And secondly, this idea is again kind of self-defeating, because if before birth it was an eternal oblivion, then how can a person be born? How can a person ever acquire consciousness if there is an eternal oblivion before it? And if there isn't an eternal oblivion before it, well, then there is no reason to think that there will be an eternal oblivion after it. And again, it requires the concept of nothingness to be working with it for this concept of eternal oblivion to work. But then again, no one has experienced nothingness, and if it is even possible to experience such a thing. So I find this whole idea of eternal oblivion to be a very pessimistic way of looking at things, and a very materialistic way of looking at things, which there is no rational reason to think, to have such a pessimistic point of view. That is what I mean to say. So, well, yeah, those are just a few of my thoughts on it. If maybe I'll have some more thoughts about this at some point, so maybe I'll make another video about it. Maybe not, I'm not sure. So anyway, this was just like a short video of some of my thoughts on this. So yeah, that's where I'm going to stop this video, and I'll see you in the next video.